So hello guys. So in this lecture we're gonna see about your constants. Okay. So your constants, we know that this doesn't change. Okay. Constants, the one that doesn't. Oh yeah, this is a different color. So your constants, the one that doesn't change its value. Okay. Doesn't change its value. Okay. So if I give identifier a constant means, which means it becomes a read only part, which means even if I try to change it, I can't able to. Okay, I can able to only just read it. So the value can be initialized. Okay, when I initialize a value to it, say constant of a is equal to 5, that means this always will be equal to 5 no matter what I do it. Okay, so this will become a read only part, okay, which I can't able to change in future. Okay, so that's a short intro about constants. Okay, so now before moving into the constants, okay, let's see about the two parts, static and volatile. Okay, so what static means is that the variable always remembers its value, okay, between the function cells. So which means what happens if I put a variable, okay, or a function static means that variable will remember its value. Say if I initially it as 5, okay, and I change it, say variable plus plus plus, okay. So every time I call it, say first time I call it, okay, so it will be plus 5, it will be 6, okay, it will give 6. Then next time I call it, it will be 7. So it will remember the 6 value. It won't be again 6. It will remember that it has been changed from 5 to 6. So that is your static. And the static, this variable is limited to that function only, to that code, okay, to that code or function, to that function. If it is kept in that function, it only remembers the changes that happen within that function. Okay, we do the changes be after the function means it won't remember. Okay, so that is your static. So let's see with an example, okay, in HTML32, okay, how we can able to initialize a static variable. Okay, so now we have our code here. Okay, I just have an example here. Let's use void. Okay, we don't need to return anything. Okay, so now void main, okay, static int count equal to 0. Okay, so I'm initializing this and now I'm giving a command count plus plus. Okay, then printf just represent the count. Next line, okay, comma count. Okay, now I want to call this function int main. I'm going to call it one time, example. I'm going to call it first time, then example again. So now, so this is a int, wait. So here, close it. So now return 0 since it's an integer function. Okay, now I'm just calling it 2 times, right? Let me just save it and debug it. Yeah, I just, okay, so now this has been debugged. Okay, compiled, okay. So let me open the source workspace. Okay, Okay, so we're just when I just debug it, so it's saying the error. Okay, so actually we made the mistake. So calling should be friend. Okay, and you need to initialize your this one. I think since this is also void exam. No, this is void int main, and this is void example. Okay, okay, and we just initialize this void example. Okay, so now this is running perfect. Now let's see. Let's see. Okay, so I'll just go here and show you here. You can see, so this is the exe file. Double click on it. Okay, so you will see first is 1, second is 2, right? So this one is retaining. Okay, so as per the code, you should get 1, then next is 2. It starts from 0. It remembers the thing. Then should if I don't put this one, let's say I just put static count 0. Okay, now I just again run it and show you. Okay, let's see what is happening. Yeah, so you can see, so it gives 1 1. Okay, so that is your static part. Okay, now let's move to the content. Okay, yeah, so this is your static part. Okay, then next is your volatile. So volatile variables does not limit to one particular file. Okay, and this always checks the fresh value, which means this volatile means it tells the compiler that okay, this variable can change anytime. Okay, so we use it when some external file will try to change this value. Okay, you say like some hardware things that you have that try to change this variable's value, means it's better to use a function called part function uh, volatile keyword. Okay, volatile keyword. Okay, so that every time the code is been compiled, it will always check for the fresh value, the current fresh value after the changes that have been made by your external systems. Okay, now I show you how your volatile can is initialized. Okay, now this is static. Okay, just remove this part. Now let's see the volatile example. Yeah, so here I just remove this one. Let's remove. Okay, so I want to put and initialize a global volatile in ticket count. Okay, so initialize, we need to put the keyword while. Okay, ticket, and you need to keep it as caps count is equal to 0. Okay, now I have a function void interrupt. Okay, inside that I want to put ticket plus plus. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to put void wait for ticket. Okay, wait for ticket. Okay, so since this is a global, it's better you can put g ticket. Okay, and g ticket plus plus. Okay, just so here I'm just gonna put while ticket count equal to 0, just display no ticket, like printf no ticket, like that. Okay, so what I'm doing here, else while and outside I just put printf ticket count, like that I just put. Okay, and I put percentage d, next line, and I put the ticket count. Okay, so here what I'm doing, okay, so I'm just giving a ticket variable and just incrementing it. Okay, so here just go on, call your this one int main. Okay, int main. Okay, or you can say C. Now what happens here? Yeah, so here what happens, this void interrupt, right? So if I call this void interrupt, you can say void interrupt in some other file, okay, not in this file, in some other file. So this externally changes this interrupt. Okay, externally it changes it. So this external change will constitute here. So if I, without putting volatile, means no matter what changes I do outside this file, it won't reflect here. It will still be equal to 0. So it will just still display no ticket, no ticket, no ticket. Okay, but since I put volatile, if I change it externally, say from other file, okay, other function code, okay, that calls this function, means it will take that fresh value and it will update. Okay, so that is your volatile. Okay, so this is your static and volatile difference. Okay, now we're gonna see how we're gonna deal with your constant function parameters. Okay, so for constant parameters we need to use a constant keyword. Okay, constant keyword. Okay, so that is the first thing. Okay, then constant, you can just put this one, you just put your const. Okay, the keyword should be this one, const. Okay, the keyword should be const a. Okay, so same for your so this is for a variable. Okay, so if I am going to put for a pointer, okay, so it should be character star your constant. So your character, or this one, constant, once again, let's put constant p Wi-Fi, like that. Okay, so now we'll see if you want to put both constant value and constant pointer. We'll see in the STM32 how we can able to do it. Okay, so let me just show you here one by one. So first we just start with the constant. Okay, let me just put void main. Okay, first I'm going to initialize variable, so static variable. Okay, if you want to update, means just put character g Wi-Fi, g is your prefix and Wi-Fi. Okay, so I'm just having the length. Okay, then here equal to just put sweet. Okay, so this is the variable I'm initializing. Okay, then here the main function I'm just going to put here. Then I'm going to put a static character. This one I just put a character pointer. Okay, so for pointer just put star g active. Okay, so that pointer will be g Wi-Fi. So it will just point the address of this g Wi-Fi. Okay, now here wide again it's no matter. Okay, so here I'm just going to initialize a function. Okay, first I'm going to initialize a function and this called in the main one. Okay, so void print like that I put. So here I'm putting constant. Okay, so constant character. Okay, so this is constant character. This means the value won't change. Constant character, first thing. Okay, constant character star constant p Wi-Fi, which means this is I mean not constant. Which one? G active, right? The active you can just put some variable. Okay, I'm just calling the same one, right? Yeah, constant p Wi-Fi. Okay, constant p Wi-Fi. So this is your this one constant pointer. Okay, so this is constant character, this is constant pointer. Okay, so now you'll try to printf your Wi-Fi name equal to, so since percentage, okay, since it is string, this is percentage yes, I'm gonna print p Wi-Fi. Okay, print it. Okay, now I just go to int to call this function int main print. Okay, print. I'm not putting printf. Printf is a keyword. Okay, I'm just using print. Okay, so here I just put this one g active. Okay, g active. Okay, so I'm just calling this one. Okay, and I'm just using get character so that until I press it, it won't close. Okay, so let's run. Okay, no issues, no errors coming. Let's see. See where it is. Okay, okay, I will show you the results. Okay, so here you can see Wi-Fi name suite. Okay, so it's displaying Wi-Fi name slip. Okay, so now let me try to change these things. Okay, let's try to change these things. Okay, I want to change this one first. I go here. Okay, void p, what we have g Wi-Fi, right? So your p, no, we are putting p Wi-Fi, right? P Wi-Fi. So the first place, okay, I'm asking to put, instead of this I want to put, okay, so I'm changing the values. Okay, if I try to debug it, you can see what it shows. The assignment only is read only, so you can't change the values, which is your character. You can change the characters. Okay, now if I remove this constant. Okay, now it's a variable. Okay, now I debug it, running perfect. Okay, let me close it, let me open this one, let's see. Okay, so I just show you, you can see one sweet. Okay, so this is your constant value. Okay, so if I put constant here, it won't able let me change the values. Okay, now, so this is constant. Okay, now I'm trying to change the position, okay, of your printing, which means, see, it starts from 0 here, then it will just print like this. Now I want to start from this W. Okay, so this, keep it here. Okay, I'm not changing this one. Instead that, I'm just putting P Wi-Fi plus plus. Okay, I'm incrementing the position. Okay, now I run it. It shows incrementing read-only parameter. If I remove this, what happens? Same thing, incrementing read-only parameter. If I remove this, now it is removed. Okay, so remove this only, it's removed now. Okay, so let's see. You can see what it's showing. Instead of start from S, it starts from W. Okay, so now I changed my this one pointer. Okay, so this is how we can able to put your constant value, constant parameter. Okay, so for constant value, okay, you need to put constant, that variable data type, okay, the name. For this one, you need to put the variable data type, then star, the constant, the pointer variable. When pointer variable, this is your data type, constant keyword, and the pointer variable. Okay, yeah, so that's it for this video. We seen about your static versus your volatile keywords. We also seen about your constant keywords, or we can use it for both your values and your pointers. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you.